what was number 3? What is number 3? Why do I always forget that? So if you've ever wondered about how you can use video as a young professional to help propel your career, then this episode of the More Minute, a little bit longer than a minute, is for you. So in this episode, I'm going to be going over 3 tips, strategies, mindset shifts you need to really use video successfully in your career, in your profession, and for where you want to get to. I think video is a great tool, and I've recently been able to use it so well to help me expand the amount of money that I'm earning, help me with job searching, really set myself apart and differentiate myself and showcase my abilities, my communication, and my presentation skills, all through using video. So let's get started. The first one is being purpose-driven. And so really with every video, and I'm still working on this, I think about who is the audience for the video. And I also think about what purpose do I want to convey through each video. And I think you can often get even more creative with what you want to do. So I have used video to help share top tips and tools by using video to interview leaders in my field. I'm in customer success. So I found different customer success managers and I reached out to them and I asked them to do a 20-25 minute video with me. So that's my long form video. I was also encouraged by one of my favorite mentors to do a vlog style, but professional videos. So that's where what I call the More Minute, which I have lots of examples of, which I will show here now, that really talks about little short kind of tips or mindset shifts or things that I'm thinking about in my role. But it's all very, very candid. And my first More Minute ever was literally me outside in my backyard in the middle of a storm and like severe flooding in Houston. And I thought of like, oh, well, it's storming outside. And I thought about like stormy times in the customer journey. And when you're working with customers from a post-sales perspective, not everything is shiny and sunny constantly. Sometimes it's a thunderstorm. Sometimes they're flooding in the customer relationship. And I still think about, metaphors or ways that I can show a point through visuals and through video. So that's one purpose, always being purpose driven with your video. Now, number 2 is really changing the mindset around video for professional usage. My major video channel is actually LinkedIn, and probably second to that is YouTube. And third for me is Facebook, because I see Facebook really as, not always, but for more personal information, if it's used at all, and certainly Facebook's child, Instagram, really for personal usage, whereas LinkedIn is for professional, and the content there in people's headspace is in a more professional light. And so when you're looking at videos on LinkedIn, I don't think it's the same as, going viral in the sense of making a makeup tutorial or showing the clothes you like or showing your style. I've been able to kind of go viral in a very, very micro-targeted lens in a way that is really specific, again, to the purpose that I want. I've had videos, I think my largest video is maybe like 300-400 views, but really the average of my videos are probably around the 20 to 30 people mark. But yet I've been able to secure a new job really by using video in a very, very specific, very, very narrow sense. So I didn't necessarily go viral with millions of people watching my video, but my future boss and my second line boss saw my video and were super impressed by it and offered me a job that was making way more than what I was making at the time. So it's not necessarily about wanting to just go viral and get millions of views one time, more so building an entire community or really establishing yourself with consistency so that people can rely on you and getting in front of the right audience. I think that if you can actually make a video that sees maybe 1 or 2 people, but it's the right 1 or 2 people, that's actually way better than having 1 or 2 million people view your video if they're completely irrelevant or don't have the power to help you get to where you want to get in your career. And that has been a game changer for me with using video professionally. So that tip alone will take you. And the third way that you can use video to propel your career is really using it in the interview process. I have been using video for 2.5 years professionally, and I've been doing that, as I said, primarily through LinkedIn, but actually just recently, literally February of 2020, I started using video in the professional sense, in the sense that I am using it for my interview process. And not just, a slideware that I'm talking over type of video, because that's what I've done in the past. And I have those videos, which I'll link here, which, talks a little bit about what I can bring to the customers, which never really shows my face. And so this month in 2020 of February, I actually used video, my face, and I gave an entire presentation to my future boss where I really pitched myself, but not just pitched myself through reading off of a slide, but got up in front of the camera and spoke about the value that I can bring this person. I actually saw him present where he outlined the 3 number 1 skills that he thinks is necessary for this role. So I saw that presentation, took notes, and then I made him a personal, literally, one-to-one video in the interview process where I said, "Hi, Rob, I saw your presentation on these 3 top, characteristics of successful customer success managers in your opinion, and these are how I have demonstrated and proven results in each 3 area." And I walked him through step by step, and I finished with the call to action where I said, if you would want to keep this conversation going, I can be reached by LinkedIn, Slack, email, phone call, etc. But it was really very personalized, not just because it was to one specific person, but it was also personalized based on what this person values, his specific characteristics that he wants to see. And so I really tailored myself and essentially kind of my video resume to his specific value props and the 3 most important characteristics that matter to him. And I was told that that made a huge difference for him. And I think people focus on having a handwritten letter, a handwritten thank you letter, which I think is still important, but I think in the 21st century and probably, 2020 on, it's great to use video because that's a way that can make you stand out and help differentiate yourself. I can see video being used, although I made my video before I formally interviewed, you can make your video after you interview with someone and instead do a short video. My video was about 1:45, but you can even do 1 minute or 30 seconds where you say, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I'm really passionate about this position because of blank, and I know that my skill set and experience in blank would make me a great fit for this position. And you can even take it a step further by really outlining or continuing to drive home points that when you spoke with that person, when you interviewed with that person, when you read articles published by that person, whatever information you can get about that person that you're interviewing with or with, who you want to be your manager, and really work your own skill sets into what they value. And if you can do it through video, it shows that you can present. And of course, I'm speaking mainly about customer facing roles, but I think in any role and in any leadership position, communication is important, and being able to show that you can actually communicate, not just on a voiceover with the screen behind you, or not just in a handwritten letter, but you can get in front of people, in front of a camera. And I think probably being in front of a camera is a little bit scarier. It takes a little bit more to get over, but showing that you have that capability and that you're able to do that makes a huge difference. And I know it's something that's made a huge difference just in my short career in terms of how I can use video to not only propel my career, but help me stand out and differentiate myself. Because how many other interview candidates or how many other customers that you work with, the people who work with them, how many of those people are sending them a personalized one-on-one video where they say that person's name and acknowledge their specific pain points or their specific goals or their specific KPIs. Those just, I think, small touches, which it doesn't have to be a 10-minute video like this, but even a small 30-second or 1-minute video where you say, hey, I really appreciated you taking the time to meet with me. I'd love to continue this conversation. Are you available Tuesday in the afternoon or Wednesday morning to keep going? Just something as simple as that really can make a huge difference and can really help differentiate you. So I hope that these 3 tips have been helpful. The first being really being purpose driven in all of your video and really everything that you do. The second, reframing your state of mind, moving more away from viral, but to really having that great impact with the right audience, even if that is a super small, maybe audience of 1 in my case. And finally, number 3, really using video in any interview process or in any real application process, video, and doing personalized videos that highlight the specific topics that you covered is a great way to stand out in any sort of application process. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you all think has been really a helpful way to use video, or anything that you learned from this video that you're going to take with you and apply to your own career. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video.